This morning, historic February wildfires scorching parts of the southern plains, forcing the governor of Texas to issue disaster declarations in more than 60 counties. The heat and heavy winds fueling the flames in the Texas Panhandle. One fire quadrupled in size in just 24 hours, burning an area more than 7 times the size of Washington, D.C.
Hey, man, 4 out of 5 trucks. We can't hold it.
Get out of there.
Let's pull out. We got too many spots.
More than 40 homes damaged in Fritch, Texas. Residents told to evacuate now. Just outside Amarillo, the country's primary nuclear weapons facility, pausing operations as the fire raged nearby. The city of Canadian, northeast of Amarillo, was surrounded by fire. Anyone who had not evacuated was told to shelter in place.
Head back. We're just going to have to regroup. We can't stop it.
The fires crossing into Oklahoma, prompting more evacuations. Farther north in Nebraska, this fire erupting in the summer-like heat. But overnight, a powerful storm front triggering weather whiplash. Temperatures plunging in some areas from the mid-80s to the mid-20s in a matter of hours. St. Louis dropping from 86 degrees to 26. The storm triggering at least 4 suspected tornadoes outside of Chicago, downing trees and ripping roofs and facades off buildings. Passengers at busy O'Hare Airport were told to shelter away from windows as flights were grounded during the storms. The air traffic control tower briefly evacuated. Back in Texas, officials say it could take days to assess the damage from those fires.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube.
It has begun. Can somebody say energy weapons? You know, it's quite interesting that we have this record-breaking, blazing inferno in Texas off the Panhandle. Just literally weeks after the migrant border crisis in Texas, and Texas was pretty much threatening to succeed. And then ironically enough, you have the news saying that the fire was 7 times as big as Washington, D.C. Very interesting, because the president and Governor Abbott, you know, Joe Biden and Governor Abbott got into it. And I'm believing personally, ladies and gentlemen, that the energy weapon, the hit, came from Washington, D.C. What say you, ladies and gentlemen? What say you?
Hey, yo, Pirate.
New breed. Bang on the drums, hey, the let's go to war. When it's time to go to war, hey, it's an all-out war. Antebellum on my cerebellum. Yeah. I'm breaking free, coming back, aiming at your melon. I'm like Nat Turner, and it's a slave rebellion. They getting bludgeoned for they reach for that Smith & Wesson. Call me Denmark Bessie, it's getting messy if they catch me. I'm down North Charleston with the Geechees, ain't no treaties. Babylon beware, cause the rules was never fair. So much blood shed on my people, how can we be scared? Listen close, take heed. From the scrolls I read, about to start a movement like Noble Jew Ali. Dropping jewels on the nation, this is so prestige. Breathe life into the soul like I'm Dizzy Gillespie. I've been waiting for the day, they no longer suppress me. The flow is infectious in the heart of oppression. They done broke our blocks down like they playing some Tetris. The media reckless, got them jits on the death wish. Bang on the drums, we the ones when it's time to go to war. When it's time to go to war, ayy. Bang on the drums, we the ones, it's an all-out war. It's an all-out war, ayy. Bring on the trumpets, we was born in the middle of a war, ayy. We was born for the war, ayy. Bring on the trumpets, we was born in the middle of a war. We was born for the war. Hey. It's the Haitian Revolution with a perfect execution. I'm Toussaint Latour mixed with the art of war. Hey. Let the bodies hit the floor. Hey. To the end we shall endure. That's right. It's like the Baptist war. Aiming at the scores. Live my life as a vagabond. I done seen it all. Put respect on my name. Been breaking out these chains. I torch them with this flame. Yelling, "Hallowed be thy name." I pray to God of war. Kill them all and heal our pain. We living in the book of Revelations. Judgment is coming to this planet. Things about to get real serious, real quick. Now, let me start off by saying this. There's a lot of opportunists out there who are speaking in regards to what's happening in the world who are fear-mongering. They're talking about Babylon falling, and they're talking about all hell breaking loose and what's going to take place. I seen this one dude who steals all my material. He has a title talking about Babylon falling, and this same Negro claim he don't even read the Bible. This dumbass don't even know Babylon is a biblical term. But they're using it as an opportunity to create revenue through sensationalism. And I want to put this out here off the break. Ladies and gentlemen, let me let this be known. If anybody is talking about what's to come, what's happening, what's going to happen in the future, how things are going downhill, or whatever the case is, and they're not offering any solution whatsoever, they're not moving accordingly, they're not telling people tangible solution, they're not preparing, they're not doing anything for the people, then, ladies and gentlemen, you have a person who is actually fleecing you. You have a person who is making merchandise out of the children of Israel, out of our people. It's sensationalism. It sounds good. They don't really know what they're talking about because they don't even believe what the hell they're talking about. They don't even believe what they're saying because they're not moving accordingly. You got a lot of people who talk about what's to come and don't even believe what they're saying. Right? So it has to be solution. So, when we go over our material here on this platform, we tend to be solution based and we draw awareness to how to maneuver and avoid some of the pitfalls in the system. Now, for those just joining, Texas is having a deadly wildfire, more than 1 million acres. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a whole lot of land. See, the so-called elitists, these insidious, diabolical motherfuckers is out here executing wrath on the earth using energy weapons, allegedly. You can believe what you want to believe, but fires don't just start because it's hot outside. Fires don't just start in the middle of February, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a wildfire in February in Texas. This doesn't just take place. Something is being done to combat the solution, which is land, is the solution for a lot of our ills that we're faced with today. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and I got more sources I would like to go to because there's a lot going on in the world, and we're living in the book of Revelations right now as we speak. So, deadly Texas wildfire torches 1 million acres, the largest blaze in state history as more infernos rage. Catastrophic wildfires ripping across the Texas panhandle have killed at least 2 people. So, if it's only killed 2 people, I'm guessing that people wasn't the target. If this was an energy weapon, it was the land itself. And, when you have fires this momentous, when you have fires this huge, you got to understand that it's going to be affecting the people's lung capacity as well. So there's all kind of toxins that are released into the air. It's all kind of chemicals. In Texas, there's a lot of power plants as well. So you never know how it's going to affect the health of people. And this is a real catastrophic event that's taking place. This is momentous, ladies and gentlemen. This is history in the making. And really nobody's talking about it, but this stuff must be talked about. It says 2 people and threatening to destroy more homes, cattle,
livelihoods as the biggest inferno in state history, engulfs more land every minute. This fire is still going. The Smokehouse Creek fire has now torched more than 1 million acres in Texas alone, making it the largest fire on record in the state. The blaze has also charred more than 31,500 acres in Oklahoma as of Wednesday afternoon. That state's forestry service said altogether the fire is among largest in the lower 48 since reliable records keeping began in the 1980s. Now, this is insane, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what's happening in this country? I'll tell you. Babylon is falling. Judgment is here. We're right on the cusp of things getting real, changing dramatically. And you must understand this. See, people of the United States of America, I need you to understand something. Within the last 3 years, you have paid about $1,200 to $1,300 more dollars than you have spent 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, on the same items, on the same products. This is a statistical fact. So your dollar is losing its value immensely. And once that dollar crashes, there must be a new system that's put into place. These people are trying to usher out the mark of the beast. They're trying to do all these land grabs, and what they can't grab, you're going to notice they're just going to be catching fire. What they're not able to access, all of a sudden, they're going to be burning. They're going to come with the problem, the reaction, and the solution. You're going to see new green deals, so-called energy efficient deals. They're going to be having this whole rollout with sustainable living. As America is on fire, they're going to be coming with the solution because people are going to be begging for it. Once there's soot in your water supply, once the air is unbreathable, this is what Satan do. He'll make you beg for the solution. Now, for us, righteous, God-fearing people, the real chosen ones who are of like mind, we're going to have to move accordingly. Absolutely. It's order out of chaos going on. And, you know, this is some serious, nasty work that they done in Texas. Allegedly, you know, we don't know what happened, but we do know that all the millionaires and billionaires, they're preparing. They're preparing for what's to come here.
Billionaires are prepping luxury doomsday bunkers with moats that set on fire. The newest trend for the uber rich is building underground shelters complete with $50,000 trapdoors, parking spaces for submarines, water cannons, and a moat that literally sets on fire in case of intruders. Here's a literal rendering of how it would work in case of an external attack. According to builders of these luxury bunkers, the buying frenzy began after Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg announced that he was constructing a $100 million bunker in Hawaii. It got really busy, and it seems like the phone hasn't stopped ringing. World War III seems to be coming, Ron Hubbard, CEO of Atlas Survival Shelters, told The Hollywood Reporter. Renderings show a state-of-the-art medical room, complete with an MRI machine and top-of-the-line equipment. Of course, a state-of-the-art escape tunnel is a must, and so are bulletproof trapdoors leading to secret passageways. With the pandemic top of mind, builders have also thought of decontamination rooms. If the bunker somehow fails in apocalypse, parking spaces for extraction devices like super yachts, helicopters, and submarines can also be thoughtfully implemented into the space.
So you see the elite, the uber rich, you see them getting prepared. Now, how does y'all's people prepare? We need to come together under one accord. Unity is our power at this moment. I'm going to go to Revelations 18 because this will really describe what's taking place in Babylon. Revelations 18. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened up with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. And the hole of every foul spirit and the cage of every clean, hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not in her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled. How much grief has she glorified herself? Or how much has she glorified herself and lived deliciously? So much torment and sorrow give her. And she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. It's time to come out of her, my people. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We got to leave this place behind, because this place, the sins and the trespasses and transgressions, all the abominations, the letter coalition, all of the grape, all of the war, all of the destruction, all of the conquest, her sins have reached all the way to heaven. And the Lord said that Babylon is still haughty and prideful, and said, look, I sit as a widow. And if you look at the modern woman, they act like widows, like nothing will come their way, batting about their eyes and mincing about their feet. That's the spirit of America. Prideful, arrogant. They don't need order. Nothing is going to happen to us. They roam in ignorance. The spirit of America is the spirit of a harlot. And a lot of these women, they embody that spirit, by the way. They embody it. The rebelliousness. That's America, a whore, a harlot that said, look, I sit as a widow. No harm should come of me. When you see Lady Liberty standing up tall, holding a flame, Lady Liberty believes that ain't no damage gonna come to her. Oh, but you sadly mistaken. See, the horses of the apocalypse have been rolled out. Oh, they've been rolled out. Oh, behold the pale horse. America's fallen. This place have become the hold of every foul spirit, every type of demon known to man. And it's time that we recognize what's taking place. And the Lord said, come out of her, my people. Now, there's so much going on, man. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. It's highly appreciated. Shout out to all the moderators. Y'all doing a fantastic job. There's more warnings, y'all. So our government just issued out a warning about a pending eclipse. Now, I want to talk about this eclipse because, yeah, Lady Liberty is a trans, by the way. Somebody pointed that out in the chat. Lady Liberty is based on a male. That statue is actually a male. But anyway, that's true. Just to show you how wicked America is, right? Not new under the sun. Now, this eclipse, they're sending some warnings out here that are very rare. Check this out.
Anyone else besides me find this a little weird? All of the stuff that they are telling us to do when it comes to this eclipse. What do they know that we don't know? They're telling us to get groceries. They're telling us to stock up on essentials. They're telling us to have cash on hand just in case. So what exactly do they know that we don't know? That first photo that you've seen was a news station in Arkansas. This one that you're seeing on screen is from a place in Ohio. So what exactly do they know is coming? What are they not telling us? This is some strange stuff indeed. You tell me what you think about all of this. They're even saying possible gas shortages. Very strange stuff is happening. Some strange things are definitely ahead. Be ready and be prepared because you never know what's coming next.
And that is some strange warnings. They want us to stock up on food because of an eclipse. They want us to, get all kind of, essentials, and they want us to have flashlights and generators and all of these things for an eclipse. No, ladies and gentlemen, that's not what we're supposed to be preparing for. What's really taking place essentially is they're trying to restart the whole entire grid as we know it. Somebody put Isaiah 2:19 up there. Put the actual scripture, Michael, if you can. Put Isaiah 2:19, the actual scripture. See, the elite, they work lesser magic. They have to tell you what's to come before it comes, and they do that in any form they can. And it's also to push fear. It's also to push fear. See, ladies and gentlemen, fear also cultivates an energy. Fear itself cultivates destruction. Now, they know by making these warnings, they know that people are going to react. They know people are confused to what's really taking place. And they know that, this essentially is going to get people to panic. Now, Satan operates on fear. Satan uses fear to actually be able to conduct a lot of the things he's trying to do. The only people who should be afraid is the wicked, the elitist, the ones who got these $1 million bunkers and whatnot. Isaiah 2:19, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. So you got to understand, the Bible tells us he who tries to save his life will lose his life. He who tries to save his life will lose his life. Those who are thinking selfishly, how they can prepare, how they can stock up on this. You got all these people individually trying to plan for an eclipse, trying to plan for what's to come, when actually, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to be coming together. Gather yourselves together, O nation, not desired. Plant ye gardens and eat the fruit thereof. Build ye houses and dwell therein. Build amongst the like-minded. See, those people who have selfish energies and not willing to actually build with the brethren, people who are forsaking the assembly, people who they really not about it. They just trying to save themselves. Cowards. Cowards is the word they are. They're cowards, right? The cowards are going to die. The cowards are going to be destroyed out of their own fear. Their worst fears are going to come true. And you need to know this, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you fear the most in this life, that's what's going to come true. That's going to be your personal hell, what you fear the most. That's what's going to take you out. The Lord don't give us the spirit of fear. He give us bravery, courage. It ain't nothing to be afraid of if you doing the right thing, that part. If you're doing the right thing, it ain't nothing to fear, right? Now, there's an interesting source I want to go to. I'm going to share something with y'all real quick. Because this is quite interesting to say the least. And everybody pound the like button on your way in. Let me see if I can pull this up here. There we have it. And we got another source to go to here on here as well. But I want to share something with y'all. A very interesting, an interesting rant from an Edomite. And I want you to hear it because this should challenge you, brothers. All you men who claim to be in the truth, this should actually challenge you and how you perceiving things, right? I want you to listen to this rant.
Hear that? Peaceful. You know why? Because there's no people that look like you within an hour and a half of here. Nobody's poor here, homeboy. I work for everything that you see behind me and around me. I own every inch of it. Now go out and get yourself something like that someday. Okay? See if you can make a land prosperous. But I know you can't because I know you're kind and you're not the farmer. We are.
Are you brothers mad? You brothers mad at that? How you feel about that, family?
Get over here.
Now, this particular guy right here, he rants all the time. He talks about Israelites, how we not the chosen people, how we ain't this, how we ain't that. And he talks about how, you know, he got his land. But I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of you brothers mad. He has a point. he has a point. Oh, y'all don't like that. Y'all mad at me because we ain't being men and we ain't building on our own land because we not building, we not putting our hands to the plow. He has a point. Let me add, somebody said it's stolen and handed down. Yep. Stolen from who? For the person that says stolen and handed down, stolen from who? Stolen from us, right? When you Negroes want to take back what's yours. I said, when you Negroes want to take back what's yours.
Get over here.
So let me get this right. You mad because he's racist. You mad because he's taunting you, but you ain't mad enough to get your black ass up and work. Is that what we saying? So you ain't mad enough to put in the pain. You ain't mad enough to put your hands to the gravel. Is that what we saying? Let me say something. And I know we've been through a lot as people. I know we've been through a whole lot as people. And I'm not taking away from our plight whatsoever. But until we start to take accountability for our curses and actually working towards something and becoming solution-based, we're going to remain in these curses. How many of you brothers and sisters are tired of this wicked system? Tired of being the tail and not the head? Tired of having to rely on somebody else for everything? Tired of having to go to their grocery stores and eat their Monsanto seeds? How many of you are just tired of eating fruit that don't got no damn seeds in it? That tastes like trash. I don't know about y'all, but the fruit nowadays, it tastes like trash. It has no flavor whatsoever. The fruit ain't fruiting. The veggies ain't veggieing. The air is barely breathable. The prices are sky high. Inflation is sky high. And so this little rant this man went on, I ain't mad at it. I'm going to play it again for y'all. I ain't mad at him. He don't even know that I'm using him as a talking point. Let's see.
Hear that? Peaceful. You know why? Because there's no people that look like you within an hour and a half of here. Nobody's poor here, homeboy. I work for everything that you see behind me and around me. I own every inch of it. Now go out and get yourself something like that someday. Okay? See if you can make a land prosperous. But I know you can't because I know you're kind and you're not the farmer. We are.
And that's a total lie, by the way. We are naturally agricultural people. Who you think taught them? See, during slavery, to some degree, we were more free than we are now. Well, what do you mean by that, Bree? Well, we knew how to till soil. We know how to plant gardens. If we needed to survive, we knew how to plant our own food. See, when they took us out of slavery and we had access to grocery stores and we had access to fast food and Uber Eats and Instacart and all of that, guess what? We got lazy. We got lazy and we got reliant on a system that never had your best interests at heart, never cared for you whatsoever. And now we got to turn this thing around, fellas. We want our women to respect us brothers to the utmost. Well, I gotta be the one that tell you, brothers, like, it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. You want to see the women start to gravitate? The right women will gravitate when they see, oh, these brothers ain't playing. They stepping up. These are men who are building something. These are men who are preparing. These are nation men, countrymen, men of legacy, men of dynasty, men of truth, hard workers, diligent in the field, creating safe havens, taking preemptive measures, having plans and contingency plans, maneuvering wisely. Yah's humble son says, I'm a Gentile, and I like to say that guy in the video is claiming to be a farmer. He is obviously full of pride and ego. Keep speaking the truth, new breed, peace and blessings. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm no way, shape, or form trying to say that that's a good guy over there. That dude's a real asshole. You hear me? He really is. I've seen him make some videos that's just trolling Israelites. That's all he do is just troll us all day. But in a sense, some of the things he's saying, I laugh at it because I know that it could be used to really infuriate us. How long are we just going to sit back and not do anything while all hell is breaking loose? We're in the book of Revelations, y'all. Let's talk about these horsemen. Revelations chapter 6. And I saw when the land opened up one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and had a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast says, come and see. And then went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that they should kill one another. And they was given unto him a great sword. See, so now you're going to see a lot of murder going on. The spirit of Cain is going to be on this planet. The spirit of Cain in the 2/3 is going to rise to another level. Because when you see quote unquote black on black crime, that's the spirit of Cain. Now the Vikings, the Idumeans, these people always been murderers. The barbarians. We talking about the barbarians. That seed line, that bloodline, they always been killers. Drink the blood too, maybe eat your body. Cannibals. So when it's talking about in the scriptures, break out in blood, touch of blood, it's talking about the children of Israel. That spirit of Cain is going to rise up on people. A lot of people going to get offed out here. This is why I tell you to stay away from certain people. You would be surprised how dangerous some of your friends and family is. You'd be surprised how dangerous your day ones are. Some of you ladies are hanging with homegirls that are ready to literally knife you in the back. I'm not talking figuratively. Better get yourself under the guide and protection of a righteous man, because listen, we learn from a lot of ladies how they can really turn on each other. What's the one young lady named that passed in Mexico? Went to that trip in Mexico, got set up by her homegirls and brutally beat to death. What was her name? Camilla Harris? No, I'm talking about Camilla Harris. What is her name? Camilla something Jackson, right? If y'all know her name, put it in the chat. But Shaquella was her name. Shaquella Robinson was her name. And there's going to be a lot of Shaquella Robinsons, because why? Because murder, the spirit of Cain, is on this planet. And out of jealousy and envy, people are going to really rise up against each other with the sword. Yo, you got to be careful who you trusting out here. Real talk. Now, Revelations go on to say, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him, that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. The peace from the earth is gone already, y'all. And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. He was holding a pair of balances. Now listen to this, y'all. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, come and see. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed him. And power was given unto him over the 4th part of the earth. Over the 4th part of the earth, y'all. Keep that in mind. To kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So now, right now, you have a 4th part of the earth. Literally, a 4th part of the earth is going to fall by death, pestilence, famine, destruction. So what you see going on right now is the pale horse, the horse that everybody talk about. There's books written on a pale horse. This is literally happening. This started happening when that 400 years of our captivity literally ended, and we were set free to maneuver appropriately. This happened with the pandemic. When the death toll started rising, when mortality rates went down, when everybody's immune system took a shot, when teenagers, even athletes, are getting heart attacks and strokes. This was released on the earth. The pale horse is already here. It goes on to say, and when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. So underneath all of that, what's happening is the ones who actually uphold to this truth, uphold to this knowledge, staying strong in the faith, their names are being recorded. Our names are being recorded. See, ain't nothing new under the sun. The same way we sitting here warning everybody, talking about repentance, stop being sinners, turn your life around, turn to the Almighty, turn to the Most High. Our ancestors was doing the same thing. I'm talking about those of the royal bloodline, the progenitors of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, rather. They were doing the same thing that the same thing you hear me doing right now when I'm just warning people like, yo, turn your ways, turn this around. Listen, the Most High sees that. Every time I'm warning you, the Most High is looking down on me, and I'm reminded, he's reminded of my forefathers. Every time y'all are reminding people, telling people, yo, you got to be set apart, man. You got to change your life. You got to put away the old man. The Lord sees you. The angels see you. There's records being put on file about your life. And the Lord, he's pleased with that because he's angry at the earth. He's very angry at the earth. And there's only few and far in between where he can see men and women who have the seal on them. And out of 1,000, the scripture says out of 1,000 men, only one to have that seal on them. So all these people talking about chosen ones, it ain't that many chosen ones. Out of 1,000 women, you ain't gonna see none. Out of 1,000 women, none. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Somebody pull that scripture up for me in the chat. Can a woman have salvation? Absolutely. But what's she gonna have to do? She's gonna have to be under the guidance of a righteous man. And this don't necessarily mean a relationship, an intimate relationship. You got an uncle, you got a father, you got a brother, you got a cousin, you got a family member who's spiritually wise. You need to listen to that man. And don't fall for the Babylonian harlot spirit that's on this planet. And for the people who still saying Shanquella Robinson, moderators, I need you to time out these people who are behind. I'm not going to block y'all, but I do find it crazy that y'all didn't decide to watch the video about my guidelines. Y'all didn't watch my video about my guidelines. Go back and watch that video so you know all the rules of my channel. I don't want y'all to be intimidated to communicate, but make sure that the video is up to speed. Right? Let's go. Excuse me. We got that scripture. Hold on. Ecclesiastes 7:28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not one. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those I have not found. So when the Most High sees a man who has the truth, has the seal, that's what the Most High is looking for. Out of the women, out of 1,000 women, you ain't gonna find no woman in no truth. She's gonna have to follow a man. Straight up. Straight up. That's what puts you in truth. When you have a covering. Now let's go. We back into the book of Revelations. Y'all give me one moment. Hold on. And do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, pound the like button, get the likes up on the video. Let's get it. Let's go. We're talking about the horsemen of the apocalypse right now because we living in Revelation. We stand in the book of Revelations today. Let's go. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimonies which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood them that dwell on the earth. So those who were slain, you know, the people who was hung on trees, you know, the people who were slain, keeping the commandments, laws, keeping the scriptures, telling people, hey, what's going on in the world? The people who lost their lives, they saying, Lord, this is what happened in the spiritual realm. Our ancestors and those that came before us, they're pleading with the Almighty. I need y'all to visualize all this. I need you to visualize all this. The patriarchs and all, they're pleading with the Most High like, yo, Lord, when are we going to be able to march down and destroy these people? How long will it take, Lord? That's what's happening in the spiritual realm, y'all. I'm telling you. It goes on to say, and white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they shall rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Wow. This is what they were told. That, listen, your fellow brethren that's still on earth, they're going to end up getting killed for my name's sake as well. You got to wait till all be fulfilled. But also is a secret. Not every man will face death. Some will be translated because we're living at the end. Some will be translated exactly how Enoch was translated. Once the end comes and the seals are there, we in alignment, the Most High might just call us up. We might just disappear on them. Not like the rapture, but literally we at the end already. Everything fulfilled. It goes on to say, and beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig tree casting her ultimately figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a roll when it rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman hid themselves in the dens, in the rocks and the mountains. This is what you see happening right now. Are we not in this time? Right in Revelations, where all the rich, the freemen, the bondmen, everybody hiding themselves in bunkers. Everybody hiding themselves thinking they're going to have salvation. When you can't hide from the Most High, it's nothing that won't be uncovered. Salute to Mark the Messenger in the building. What's going on with you, family? What's going on? He shares Isaiah 57, and it reads, the righteous perish, and no man layeth it in his heart. Let me read that again. The righteous perish, and no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away. None consider that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. Wow, wow, wow. And that's why we should never be afraid of death. We should be fearless, because nobody ever takes into account that maybe the good die young sometimes, or maybe a person gets taken out for what? Because the Lord want to save him from this. The Lord, you may think that person died and you all mourning and you going through it, and the Lord like, yo, I took him out of here because he was too good to face what y'all going through. The Lord like, look, I got him out of this planet because I didn't want him to go through this no more. He was fed up. Hey, I brought him home. But nobody ever really considers that. So that's definitely something right there that'll get you out of the spirit of fear altogether. Like, listen, we ain't supposed to be fearing nothing. If you're doing the right thing, if you're honoring those laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, you're not out here sinning. You're not out here doing nobody wrong. You've asked for forgiveness for what you've done. Your intentions are pure. You're not out here to hurt nobody. You're moving wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You stand in your scriptures. You're doing the best you can to take care of your temple, your body, because you got to take care of your body. And I say the best you can because it's in the air, y'all. They have manipulated the molecules. At one point in time, we used to live hundreds of years. But all the sin and all of the pollution and filth in this planet, we don't live as long no more. People going off early. All we can do is try the best we can, eat the right foods and nourish ourselves, because we know our bodies is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And we try to keep it consecrated to the best of our abilities. But long as you doing these things, you honoring your wife, you're raising your children. Wives, you're honoring your husbands. You're keeping them children out of harm's way. Then why would you be afraid of death? Death is not necessarily a penalty. Death can also be something that is a glorious transition. That's why, Meshach and Abednego, all the biblical patriarchs, they wasn't afraid. They was not afraid to die. It was almost like a badge of honor when they got casted into the prisons, when they were being persecuted. Nowadays, people so damn weak. Soon as the slightest little inconvenience take place, you ready to retreat back into the world. What you gonna do if they got us in the guillotine? You're gonna tell who the real and fake is at some point in time. The real men of y'all gonna be singing songs of praises because we know that we're about to be translated. And we coming right back like we left something. We coming back like the Terminator. And we're going to destroy these devils. Do you understand? We're going to destroy these devils at the end. We will have the last laugh. I promise you that. So I'm telling you, bro, it is what it is, man. We standing on this truth 10 toes down. Ain't no doubt about that. We back to Revelations chapter 6. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall upon us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come. And who shall be able to stand it? Yeah, Christ coming back for bloodshed and vengeance. The Jesus Christ that they teaching in the Christian church, that ain't Christ. It tell you in the scriptures that Christ will be treading a wine press, that he'll have the blood on his garments, and he'll have the crown of every nation. Christ coming back to judge. Christ coming back to kill all the heathens. Do you understand? He's coming back to kill. I don't know what Jesus y'all think is coming, but the one coming out that sky ain't playing no games. That lamb is going to turn into a lion. Do you understand me? The Most High is a man of war. He's been holding back. Well, all the sin we seen, but history just constantly repeats itself. We seen what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember Lot's wife. Don't look back. Leave the world behind. You see what happened to ancient Egypt? Let my people go, or else all your first sons gonna die right there on the spot. What he gonna do in the future? Man, that's a shadow of things to come. That's a penny in a room full of gold. What he gonna do to the nations? It's gonna be a bloodbath. Do you understand? So while the prophets and the biblical ancestors and patriarchs, while they pleading with the Most High is just kindling the fire. He's going to go above our expectations when it comes to judgment. And the powers that be know this. They know everything I'm saying is the truth. They know their time is limited. Their spirit guides are telling them. You know how desperate they are to keep us in fear? And keep us stagnant, keep us from growing in development. developing, keep us from working towards salvation and justice. Fear causes one to be paralyzed. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, just to show you how arrogant, prideful, and demonic the Christian church is at this time, I want to share something with y'all before I forget about this. Transformation Church. Now, we just went all through the book of Revelations and how serious and powerful that word is in there. Here you have Michael Todd pouring syrup on the Bible. This is what the Christian church, the mainstream Christian church, really think about the word of Yah, really think about the truth. And the numbers don't lie, because these are the people being supported. These are the people with a packed house. So I know broad leader to damnation. This is heretic, blasphemous. Look at this.
So this is a temple, okay? I'm gonna move this out the way because we don't need these clothes no more. I need everybody to see this. Yeah. If this is the temple, the house of God, I'm just gonna start acting how we be acting with our bodies in the house. My favorite is Chinese food and ketchup. Why you so bothered? Who gonna clean it? Yeah, this is just the house of God. It's just a house. It's just a house.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Todd did this because I'm going to tell you why Mike Todd did this. Now, Mike Todd and Transformation Church, they clearly watch my videos. They clearly watch my videos because I was basically in a lawsuit with these people. And I want to show you what video he's responding to, right? Reason why he's destroying the house of the Lord. Now, this video is after this, ladies and gentlemen. Peep this. This is after this.
Now is prosperity after intact. Lord Sabbath. The Lord don't change.
This is based on this. Let me
The pagan influence.
blow this up real quick.
Your church ain't teaching the children of Israel who they are, the biblical Israelites, the 12 tribes, scattered in North, South, Central America, through the Caribbeans, all over the world. Then this is your church of no value, no substance. If your church is not teaching you to honor God's laws, statutes, and commandments that he have given us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that he tried to do what I did? Do you understand that, right? A church that I was in battle with. So what he's doing is throwing stuff all over the church to say, oh, it's just a house. He watched my video to do that. Do you understand? Let me just put that out there. Now let's go back to the video. Because that's what they do. They're not original. They're not original at all. But let's go.
Just a house. Who cares? I lift my hands in the sanctuary. I lift my hands to give you the glory. I lift my hands to give praise, and we will praise you.
Now, this is where it's going to get real blasphemous.
Don't care so much. It's just a temple. Syrup all over the communion. Don't care so much. Over the Bible, too.
Now, that's where we have a problem. With this effeminate man. So he went from destroying the church. Now, where he crossed the line, right? Because the church is just a building, right? And that was his response to my video because I brung up that church. Make no mistake about it. They listen, these 2/3 and these wicked pastors, they always watching men of truth all the time, y'all. Don't make no mistake about that. But where he went wrong was he took syrup and he poured it all over the Bible. Now, here's the problem with that. He's disrespecting the actual word. That was symbolic to disrespecting the Bible, what's in it. Because guess what? All the things I listed in my video, their church ain't teaching it. They church ain't teaching the law, statutes, and commandments, dietary, ceremonial, civil laws. They're not teaching righteousness. They're not teaching truth. So he used my material, right? He took my idea, used my material, but then he went further with it and disrespected the Bible because the truth ain't in these people. That's blasphemous. How many of you all, by show of ones, understand the correlation how this man took my idea? Because I need some kind of confirmation that y'all get how much these people steal. By show of ones, how many of you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? Because it's not okay for somebody to take my material and obstruct it this way. Because what I'm trying to explain to y'all is literally he's had videos of mine falsely removed. At least maybe him or an overzealot member of his church or whatever the case is. They clearly watch my material. They got a letter from my lawyer last year. These people know me. All the churches know me. Pastor T.D. Jakes, all of them know exactly who the men of truth is because we teaching the Bible for real. We really teaching the Bible. They teach lies. Yeah, gallivanting up there, running around with them skinny ass pants on, being extra feminine. But anyway, man, I just thought I would leave it here, man. These blasphemers, yep, they evil, man. But guess what? The Most High gonna deal with them. They're gonna have their part. They want to keep mocking the word of the Most High. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for catching another broadcast. Make sure y'all share my material everywhere. Hit the like button on the video. Get the likes up to over 1,000. I got more content coming, man. It's always an honor building with like-minded people. Hopefully y'all got some insight. Let me know what you think about. Let me know what y'all think about this Transformation Church as well as the Wildfires. Do y'all think it was purposeful? Let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about what's happening in the world right now in America. And if you see some other things going on, put it out there, man. Keep everybody aware. Iron sharpen iron. I do read my comment section. So thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. With that said, shalom and peace.